What's up, YouTube? TMT Lamont. I got another interview for y'all. Welcome to my channel, Amani Vista.
What's good? I go by the name of Amani V, out of Eastside Columbus, repping Gahanna, New Albany, Reynoldsburg, all that shit.
So when did you first start rapping?
And I first started rapping, honestly, bro, I've been rapping since a little kid, like writing rap since I was like 6 years old. But it was like the 6th grade, I did a little rap for class for like a school project. And just hella niggas was fucking with it, bro. Hella bitches was fucking with it too. So after that, I just continued to write, and like, I've written music throughout all of middle school, all of high school. I didn't start releasing music until after high school. Like, once I graduated, I started releasing music on SoundCloud. I've been releasing music for about like 2.5 years now.
Do you feel like your progress is good since you first started? Like,
Oh, hell yeah. Since I first came up, like, I started with this little group, bro. Shout out to my nigga Hurricane 7. Shout out to all them niggas, bro. I used to, like, he used to bring his equipment to school, and we used to record in the library, bro. Like, and man, if it wasn't for him, like, giving me his equipment, like, he would let me use his equipment for like 3 to 6 months at a time, just like let me have his shit. And like, I was recording music with that, and from that I went to meet with Ben. Ever since Ben, like, I've just networked through so many people. I know so many people through music, not only in Ohio, but also like all around like the US. I know niggas in Florida. Shout out Stone Cold, he just released his tape. That shit was going. I know Big Boss Baker up in Connecticut, bro. Like, and honestly, I'm sorry if I'm getting these places wrong, because they may be like swapped in different areas. But hella people, California niggas, like, you know.
So you would say your first song was written in school?
Oh yeah. First song I wrote was in school for a project, a science project.
You had to perform it in front of everybody?
Yep. My friend Nick, he had to make the beat because it was a team project. So he made the beat on the table with the pens, and I was just writing to it. We had to make it about like, you know, like rocks and shit, like sedimentary rocks and like all that other shit. Yeah. And like, ever since I did that, like, the teacher loved it. All the little girls in the classroom, they was fucking with it heavy. Like, so ever since then, I was like, okay, like, maybe this music shit could go good. And then I really started taking it serious during high school, because I did like a little performance, like a little lunch on the lawn thing, and that shit just went crazy.
At lunch you performed?
Yeah, at lunch I performed. And it wasn't at lunch, it was like a lunch on the lawn. It was like a field day for the school. So like all the freshmen, seniors, juniors, and sophomores, they was all there. And they had a stage where like kids could go perform their shit. So I went up on stage to perform, and it erupted, bro. Like, the school went crazy. And like, it was really ever since that day was when I was like, okay, like, I'm really about to start taking this music shit seriously. Waited till I graduated to start like really releasing it. And once I started releasing music, it just took off.
How would you describe your musical style?
Honestly, I've been working on so many different styles, but definitely it's unique to me, bro. It's very psychedelic. It's very, like, I feel like a lot of people, like, fall in love with not my voice per se, but like the flow of my words and my wordplay. You know, I say, like, the way that I word my shit and the way I make it sound and the way I flow to the beat, I feel like a lot of people fall in love with that. And like, I've had people tell me, like, you know Jordan, No Luck, he manages Tony.
Oh yeah, he the one that started the No Luck clothing?
No, that's Zach. Jordan, I forgot my nigga's last name. But
I
Jordan,
probably seen him when I was there, but
yeah, but he was like, he told me while I was over at Tony's house one day, he was like, bro, like, your voice, like, even when you talk, like, you don't sound like anyone else. You have your own wordplay, you have your own voice, and it's mesmerizing, low key, like, to hear you speak, to hear you rap. And like, even the other day when I was driving in the car with them niggas, like, we was listening to music, and they was like, yeah, bro, like, your wordplay, like, your voice is just harmonizing for real. Like, you know, people be getting stuck in my voice sometimes. You know, with that thought, it caused me to really, like, I listen to a lot of Lil Peep, and I don't really sing or nothing, like, but I've been starting to, like, kind of maneuver towards that a little bit, and, you know, it's going good. Like, I'm experimenting hella with my voice right now. You know, tones that I never thought I could hit, you know, just the way that I speak. And throughout my lyrics, like, honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you, I feel like I talk about the same shit, so I try to switch it up, but I'm all experimenting with everything right now.
a lot of artists do that, and they still can get a fan base. But
Yeah.
what's your favorite collab so far that you've done?
My favorite collab so far? I have so many collaborations, it's crazy. But my all-time favorite definitely has to be Plastic Memories with Back with Nell. That hit, like, it's at 12K now. That's like my highest viewed song. And that song definitely hits the most because I remember telling him, like, when you write this song, like, make sure it's heartfelt, make sure it's deep. That was really, like, not the first time I ever experimented with trying to, like, touch people on a deep note, like, with my voice, like, realizing that I have a voice and realizing, like, people can relate and how powerful that shit is. Like, that was really the first song that, like, I really tried hard with that. And, man, Ronell came in and he fucking killed it. It's like a whole tribute to his friend who got shot, and it's crazy. Like, it's a great song, definitely. Yeah. It was a whole tribute, and like Ronell murdered it. Like the visual he put like in his voice, like the way you could visualize it, it's insane. Yeah, definitely my favorite.
Pain usually comes out into a great song.
Yeah.
Like when artists use pain.
Definitely one of my favorite. And at the time I wasn't dealing with that, but like I was dealing with a lot of like personal shit, like trying to find myself, like especially like through God and everything, like wondering why like all this bad shit has to happen to me. Like so I just put all that in the song and it came out great, bro. Like, it came out amazing. So, definitely my favorite collaboration.
What's the hardest thing you had to go through in life?
Damn. Honestly, bro, the hardest thing that I've had to go through is, probably having to realize, like, death within my family. You know, because as a kid, my uncle had died during 9/11. Don't really remember it, so I can't really touch back towards it. But it wasn't until, like, it was from 2001 until about, like, 2012, 2013 when my grandfather died. And I remember when that hit me, man, that changed my whole perspective on life. Seeing him, like, you know, because I never really had this reckless side to me, but I used to really not care. I used to really feel like, you know, shit happens, whatever, like, you go on, you move on. But my uncle, like, not my uncle, I'm sorry. R.I.P. to my uncle as well. He just died recently. That hit me hard as well. But my grandfather, bro, like, that really changed my perspective in the way that I started looking at life. I think that shit kind of hit me hard. And I was at an age where, you know, when you hit a certain age, your perspective does start to change. I think that just kind of, like, made me grow up at a very young age. And then my dad, like, my mom and my dad had broke up, so we had moved. I had to become, like, man around the house around my little brother because my mom was never home, so now I'm dealing with that, and then plus school itself, and it was just like, you know what, like it was definitely realizing that I had to grow up. I would say it's definitely the hardest thing that I had to deal with.
So who's your inspiration for your music?
Damn, I have so many. My biggest inspiration, to be honest, I would definitely have to say Benny Burr. He's my biggest inspiration. Ever since I started making music with him, he really changed that, like, that whole perspective of making music for me as well. And, like, because he's very diverse. Like, this nigga can sing. He could go from singing about, like, you know, he could go from singing a love song to, like, heavy metal, like, hardcore, like, grungy voice, like type shit, you know, and he could go, like, he can make beats. He's a triple threat. He can produce, he can engineer, write, record, and just, like, the way he handles himself, bro, definitely my biggest inspiration with music. The way that he, like, yeah, I don't even know how to explain it, bro.
So basically, like, he's the reason why you started all of it?
He's the reason why I continue. The reason why, I definitely want to say the inspiration to me starting, probably Such Hollow Water Boys, Xavier Wolf, Chris Travis, Bones, and Eddie Baker, because they was, like,
they're famous?
They're underground famous. Just they had a real big buzz on SoundCloud. They're like one of the first few people to blow up on SoundCloud. And like listening to their music, that's where SoundCloud came into play. That's where I was like, okay, like if these niggas can re-release music on SoundCloud this easy and blow up like this, like I was like, okay, like maybe I can try it. Started studying their shit, like really listening to them, and for like my whole high school career, it was really Such Hollow Water Boys that I was listening to. Sophomore year, I started fucking with them heavily, you know. But, you know, seeing the way that they made music, seeing the way that they moved the crowd, and the fact that they wasn't signed, they were independent, that's kind of what, like, that, yeah. I would say that's what really inspired me to like make that jump into music. Seeing that they could do it, I was like, you know what, fuck it, I could do it too. And then there was a quick moment where I was like, you know, maybe this music shit isn't for me. Benny Burr came into play. He's the reason why I'm continuing. So.
What do you think sets you apart from other artists? Because there's a lot of people trying to be famous. Everybody wants to eat off rap and all that. So what do you think sets you apart where you can be able to eat off food one day?
The opportunities that I give to other people. I feel like a lot of this rap shit, a lot of people in this rap shit are very selfish. You know, I'm not speaking for everybody, but I do feel like when you have an opportunity, bro, you definitely got to take it for yourself. But what differentiates me is I like to bring, like, I want to put all of Columbus on the map, bro. We have so much fucking talent within this city. It's crazy that we're not, like, I'm not going to compare us to New York or, like, fucking LA or, like, Atlanta or nothing. But, bro, like, Houston has crazy talent and they're blowing up. You know, Chicago, that whole trap scene, like, they went crazy. I really feel like Columbus has a music scene, has a dance scene, has graphic designers, photographers. We have so many people here that are so talented and young, bro. Like, I truly feel like if we all sat here and acted like we was from Atlanta, bro, like, and all supported each other and, like, all try to bring each other up, bro, most definitely. I love giving my opportunities to other people. I haven't released a single song in, like, you know, about a year and a half. Every single song I've been releasing has been features. Every show I've been doing, I've been inviting, like, I've been having No Luck, like, Tone and Nell come on the stage so that they could get noticed. I've been, you know, having Ben come on stage. Going around traveling to, like, Cincinnati and Cleveland with Almighty to, like, get to know other people. That way, like, I could get the Columbus culture brought to them and just bring all of Ohio. I feel like a lot of people who are in this music shit, especially locally, they're not, like, they're in it for themselves, which is fine, bro. Like, you got to make a living. I'll never knock you down for that. But I'm trying to bring, like, my whole team up. I'm trying to bring up all of Ohio. I'm really trying to, like, put this state, like, I'm really trying to put a stamp on this city, bro. Like, we are musically talented, and niggas need to take watch, bro.
So, like, when you get big, you were saying you would give out free features and stuff like that to help out people that's down?
I don't know about free features, but, like, right now where I'm at, bro, like, I'm not going to charge nobody, like, $20 for a feature. I'm not going to $200 to produce this for you. Like, I'm not going to do that, bro. Like, we're all from the same boat. We're all trying to make the same come up. My nigga, if I see you're talented, bro, let's work. I'm not about to sit here and bug you about no payment. Now, the difference between that is, like, if I were to blow up, now, when it comes to Ohio and working with my niggas, like, that shit, that'll never affect me. I'm not really about it for the money. I'm not really about it for the fame. But I know that money definitely plays, and if I gotta make a living, okay, but that's when I start working with big name artists. That's when, like, you know, I start working with people who aren't from Ohio. But
yeah, I don't
right
understand
now, bro,
when people be trying to charge and you gotta be able to make a name for yourself.
Yeah,
first
you gotta be established
charging.
before you can start. Like, I don't have no money to my name, nigga. I'm not worth no, you know, $100 million something dollars like that. Like, no, I don't. You know, clubs aren't charging me to show up. Like, nah, I gotta pay to get in the club still. I still gotta work a 9 to 5. I'm still living a normal life just like you. I'm not about to sit here and make you pay for, like, nah.
Yeah, that's real.
So that's just how I take it for real.
So do you think you could say who's the best in Columbus?
Benny Burr. No cap, Benny fucking Burr. Best in Columbus. A triple threat. Can produce, can engineer, can write, record, can sing, heavy metal, rap, can do a flow, like a fast flow, a slow flow, soft flow. I dare anybody go up against him. That's on my mom's. No cap, Benny Burr, best in Columbus.
Heard it from him. Well, that's all I got. Thank you for coming out to do an interview with me.
No problem, bro.
Check out Amani Vista. His music will be in the link in the description.
No luck, bro. Go cop you a hoodie. Season 2 coming soon.